Hello and welcome back to Bolt Action Bergen, and today we have a very special unboxing for you. This package came in the post today from Danger Close Studios, who are a 3D printing business based on eBay. So without further ado, let's crack this box open and see what's inside. All individually boxed, so I'll just pause that while I get it all out and we'll open them up and take a look. So like I said, Danger Close Studios, I don't know if you remember from my last video, I unboxed some winter Fallshirmjager. Well, my new V3 army, I've decided is going to be a summer themed Fallshirmjager army for Crete or the Italian campaign. So with that in mind, I've gone searching for some unique Fallshirmjager models, German Fallshirmjager models, and I found this company on eBay, and some of their 3D prints are absolutely amazing. So take a look, give them some support, and buy from eBay. So all of their minis come individually wrapped in bubble wrap, and then they're individually wrapped in little baggies as well. So none of it gets damaged in transit, which is nice to see. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot to get through, so let's make a start. So first things first, I bought two heavy mortars. That's the other one still in the box. If you have a little look there, you can still see the supports are left around the actual mortar barrel there. The reason they do this is that it just gives it a little bit more strength in transit. It's quite easy, they just snap off. So this is exactly the same model. I bought two of these. So like I said, as you can see, it was very, very easy to clear up. Just snapped it all off with my fingers, no dramas, took about 30 seconds. So obviously with the new platoon structure, you're able to take a heavy weapon platoon. You're able to take more than one mortar or machine gun, or some of the bits that you could just get one of in a reinforced platoon without having to take multiple platoons. So here we go. Obviously these ones don't stand up very well without bases on. They don't come with bases, you have to get them separate, but that's easy enough to do. So there's a guy, so I can get this to focus, passing around to the loader, to the number 2, he's about to throw it down the barrel. Said number 2, he's just about to launch the round down the barrel. Very nice. Very detailed. A few little bits of support around, if you just notice, around the back of his helmet on his collar, but they just literally scrape them away with a blade, or with your fingertips you can always snap them off. There's the commander, so he's looking at his watch, about to give the order to fire. Maybe they're doing a preparatory bombardment to support an attack. As you can say, he's got a little bit of support there stuck on his helmet, but again they just snap off. And there's no mould lines or anything like that because it's a 3D print. With his jump smock and jump pants on, going to paint that really nice. And last but not least, it's a 4-man crew because it's a heavy mortar, and he's the number 1. So when you actually put it all together, he stands up right next to the sight. His hands lay on the sight, and he's obviously altering the bearings and elevation on the barrel itself to get it on target and lay it onto whatever they're firing at. So all in all, amazing kit. Like I said, I've got 2 of those. What else did we get? Staying with the heavy weapons platoon, I've got a medium mortar and a medium machine gun. Now medium machine guns are good again. Going to be needing quite a few of those, but we'll look at that one in a minute. We'll stick with the mortar theme. So this is a bog standard medium mortar. Comes with the mortar, all in one piece. Not like those horrible fiddly metal kits you get with Warlord. I don't think these ones stand up very well. Like I said, they're not on bases. So spotter. Excuse me, big fat fingers. So he's got an SMG, using his binos to spot the fall of the shot, so he can alter it accordingly to lay the mortar onto the target. The number 2, he's just shucking a round down. Got a pistol holster, camouflaged in his helmet. So he literally just goes over here. See, he's dropping them all around down. They don't stand very well because they're not on bases. The number 1. So literally when you put him next to the mortar, his hand rests on the sight. So same as what I said with the heavy mortar, he's just laying it on. So that's a nice touch. Got a rifle strapped to his back. And an additional, even though it's only a 3-man crew, so you could use that spotter separately as a spotter. And you've got another guy here, he's just taken a round out of the ammunition box. A little bit of flashing on there as well. That's easy to sort out. See the little supports down on his hands there, they just snap off. So there's a round in the box and he's got one in his hand. And also it came with a number of ammunition crates. So we've got one that's, where are we? One that's closed. Get it to focus. One that's open, you can see 3 bombs in it, and one that they've obviously been using, so there's 1 bomb left. And 2 are missing, have already been fired. So that makes for a very nice bit of detail on the basing, bit of diorama. Like I said, and you actually get the spotter with the crew, so it's only a 3-man crew for a medium mortar, so it comes complete with a spotter. Can't complain at that. Just move all that out of the way. And move on to the next one, which is the medium machine gun. So it came with 3 ammo boxes. 2 of them got the rounds coming out of the ammo box to be fed into the weapon. I'll leave them in the bag. Then you have the MG42 itself on its tripod and a sustained fire roll with the firer. So he's supporting it on the barrel and pulling the trigger. Again, it's very nice to have it in a one piece rather than the fiddly little metal parts you used to get in the Warlord kits. So that's very nice. You get the loader. So this guy, when you put one of those ammo crates with the rounds actually sit in his hand, and the ammo box rests down by his knee on the floor, and he's feeding the rounds into the weapon, which is nice. But like I said, he's not got a base, doesn't really stand. We've got the commander. I like this figure. He's chilling out, smoking a fag. Got his SMG rested on his knee, pair of binos. So he's laid the weapon on. Just watching the fall of the shot. And there's a guy coming around that up with more ammo because they're obviously hammering the allies. That's a bit of flash in his mouth for a fag. I think it might actually be a fag. They do like their fags, these Fallshirmjager. So again, brilliant kit. Comes with all those extra ammo boxes. And moving on to what I'm thinking for the artillery platoon, I'm going to have quite a lot of light and heavy autocannons. So this is the first one I've purchased. But this one's a little bit different. Maybe I'll just pause it and I'll try and set it up. So normally you get them in a firing position, which you could do with this. You just have to make your own crew. But this one is designed to be being towed into position. So the crew are manhandling it, which it's going to look awesome when it's on a base and painted up. So let me try and set it up and give you an idea of what it looks like. So there we go. So this one's being manhandled into position. So it's a little something different. On their website, they have got a fully painted, but funny enough, in the stomach camouflage as well. So it gives you an idea of what it would look like. Fully painted, but I just think that's something a little bit different to make. I like to make my armies unique. So rather than just being in a firing pose, it's being manhandled into position. That's going to look awesome when it's painted up. But you could substitute the crew, make your own crew, and have it firing as well. So it gives you that option. But yeah, loving that. So moving swiftly on, so I've got quite a few to get to, and I'm conscious this is going to be quite a long video. But this is probably my second favourite of all of them. So he's an artillery spotter or a forward air observer, or you could just use him as a spotter for your mortar or your artillery. So there's a guy with a radio and a guy kneeling next to him with some binos. So it looks like he's I'll get it to focus. Or might be his canteen he's got in his pocket having a drink. So he's looking for his binos, and the guy is then radioing that onto either the aircraft that are oncoming, or the artillery battery that's going to be providing support, or the mortar. So again, very tasty, beautiful little scope, and I think it was only £3. So very well worth it. Excellent value, beautiful prints. Couldn't get it to stand unfortunately, but this is that classic Fallshirmjager pose of the MG42 being fired over the shoulder of the loader. So that had to be done. And there's an ammo belt there that's just come away, just needs sticking back on. But yeah, that's going to look awesome when it's painted up. LMGs are good now, only 15 points, 48-inch range. So yeah, well worth it in your armies now. Next we have one of two snipers that I purchased. So the guy laying down with his sniper rifle, camouflage helmet, detailed kit. Just cammed up his helmet, and you get his number 2. So he's doing the old usual Brecon point. Got his binos, got the Fallshirmjager SMG ammo pouches around his neck. But he's got a rifle. But hey, maybe he's carrying the ammo for someone else. But yeah, beautiful detail. Grenade shoved in his pouch, just into his belt as well there. So yeah, lovely. Obviously they've had a bit of a nerf for snipers, but they're with more officers on the table. They're quite handy for that. So they still have a role, I feel, although my snipers can never hit water with a boat, to be fair. And then the second sniper I purchased comes in a bit of a diorama base. So let's just try and set it up and give you a rough idea. So you've got the sniper laying behind a wall using his helmet to rest his sniper rifle on, while his number 2 tries to draw fire by dangling his helmet above the wall, so that his colleague can see where the fires come from and take him out. So it looks like there's a bit of a sniper duel going on there. A bit Stalingrad-esque. A bit more detail. The sniper himself laying down, all his kit on his back. And then the other fella behind the wall, and the wall's a wall, isn't it? There's a nice bit of detail on there, brick detail. That'll paint up really nice. And he's number 2, also holding a sniper rifle. Got a bald head, probably all the stress of acting as a decoy, and he's using his entrenching tool there. I didn't notice that before. So he shoved his helmet on top of his entrenching tool and he's waving it about trying to draw fire. There's all his kit on his back. Got the jump smock on. A big flash eliminator on the sniper rifle. I didn't notice that before either. So yeah, a little something different. It'll paint up nicely as a kind of diorama base. Moving swiftly on then. Got 3 more bags to show you. So maybe I should have bought more, but I want a bit of variety in the army, so we'll just see if I can find some different poses. But here's an officer. So binos, doing a classic pointing. These big leather gloves on, all his kit on, officer flat cap, and he's got an assault rifle. Yeah, looking good. U-Man, snap 2. Obviously the Germans get an extra snap 2 still. Thought I'd better go for some anti-tank. See, Panzerfausts are a lot more expensive now, and so Panzerschrecks with the increased range might be a little bit more worth it. I think they've had a bit of a price reduction as well. This is a bit of a unique pose, so he's sitting. Let's try and turn him around a bit and get you a better view. He's sitting sideways on, looking for his gun shield, trying to get the tank. He's number 2, giving him direction, so he could be touching him on the shoulder there, however you want to set it up. Sorry, I'm pinching his head. But you can place him so that he's, get it in focus. So his other hand is touching the shoulder of the guy who's about to fire, and he's pointing in the direction of the tank, and offering words of advice like, shoot, goddamn you, now. So yeah, that's nice. Nice little unique pose. And where did we get to? And last but not least, this was advertised as a in-placed position. It's only supposed to come with one of these sandbag walls, but they put 2 in, which is always nice. Get a freebie. So the first one is obviously a sandbag wall, but it's got a bit of extra detail. It's got an ammo box with a stick grenade on the top. This one's just a plain sandbag position. So can't complain, there's a freebie. Then to go inside that position, probably a last ditch defence. There's a fella there with a bunch of stick grenades taped together. He's just about to pull the string, because that's how it worked. It was the fuse ran through it was a string type fuse that ran through the handle of the stick grenade. The grenade was on the top, just to make it easier to throw, so they could have something to hold on to lob it to make it go further. But you pull that string to activate the fuse, a bit like pulling the pin on one of the allied grenades. But they taped more together to give it a little bit more extra punch when it came to taking out armour. So there's your man there. And probably my favourite of the entire lot I've just purchased is matey boy here, giving it a Beirut unload over the top of the sandbag wall, because he didn't want to put his head up and get it blown off. Probably coming up towards the end of the war here, so he's it's hard to do this whilst oh yeah. So he's giving it Johnny Big Bollocks, having a Beirut unload over the top, sensibly not putting his head up. And last of the bunch is again a very unique pose that I've not seen before. There's a little bit of some of the supports, those 2 bits hanging off his arm there, they just need snapping off. But this fella is in the process of loading the weapon. So for those of you who haven't been in the forces, what you do is you tip the weapon over to the right hand side, you lift the top cover. So if you notice, there's a little flap up there. So you lift that up. The loader then places the rounds onto the breech of the rifle, onto the firing plate, and then you slam that shut, which holds the belt in place. Tip the weapon back into the correct position, let the bolt go forward, and away you go. So he's just in the process. He's obviously just taken cover, dived down on the floor, lifted up the top plate, and they're just about to slap the rounds on or load the weapon to commence firing. So quite a dynamic and unusual pose. You don't normally get that. They're normally either firing or in transit. He's just about to load. So that's gonna look pretty good. Gonna make a diorama base, or it was individual. Just use that for a bit of terrain. Don't know why I said it like that. Terrain. So yeah, on the whole, I'm very happy with all the bits I've got from Danger Close Studios off eBay. Like I said, this whole lot was very, very reasonable. Take a look yourself. They're very reasonably priced, and they're beautiful sculpts. And I can't wait to paint it up and get them on the table. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, please like, share if you get anyone who think they might like it, and subscribe to my channel. And look forward to some progress reports of building my V3 Summer Fallshirmjager army. And these are a few bits that will be included in it. So until the next one, take care.